How we doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a 1 hour grind session on the main rotation in Star's End using a blue loot scroll, pulling exactly 4,600 trash, and it was uninterrupted, which I know that sounds pretty crazy to say. I think maybe like 1 or 2 people came, but they didn't mess around with the rotations or try to kill me. And I know that's kind of insane to hear, but the reason for that is because I took this footage at 4 in the morning where any sane, normal human being would be asleep. If you're doing it any regular time of day, normal man times or woman times, whoever's watching the video, it's impossible to actually get a grind spot. It's a little bit better as of yesterday, the 4th of the month. It's a little bit better. However, it's still bad. A lot of PKing, a lot of people grinding on top of each other, a lot of people grinding in groups in one rotation. Hopefully that changes over time. I'm hoping to see that over time people becoming a little bit more respectful. You know, the players that don't have the gear to be here understand that they can just literally make more money somewhere else. So if they want to be efficient with their time, you know, be in History, be in Arkman's, be in those other kind of grind spots. But obviously if they have fun in Star's End, they have fun in Star's End. It's their game. They've got the right to do whatever the hell they want. And so does everyone else. Now, I'm going to try and I'll do my best to show an hour in every single rotation in Star's End. There are 6 of them, but like I said, I don't know if I've got it in me to do these kind of late night grind sessions very often. Maybe once a week I'll pull one off. You know, I'll mess up my sleeping pattern for a couple of days, get the recording, get the testing in, and put it up. Now, before this 1 hour that I'm showing here, I did 2 hours uninterrupted. I started at 2 a.m. and then I did another one at 3 a.m. and then I did this one at 4 a.m. roughly. And I noticed that my first hour was absolutely terrible. I only pulled 4K trash. I noticed the main reason for that was my pulls are a little bit jank still. I'd watched a few different people pull Star's End, this rotation and other rotations, but everyone kind of pulls it a little bit differently to each other. So I kind of mixed and matched a few different people's ways and a couple of my own ways for the rotation I'm showing you here. I don't know if it's good or the best or bad. I've literally got no idea. I'd have to spend a lot more time to figure out what was a good rotation for a ninja to use. It is going to probably vary pretty drastically between different classes. I think pulling is one of the main things. If your class has got a good pulling skill, I think you're going to be pulling differently. If you've got a terrible pulling skill, you're probably going to be pulling very differently. So that's that part out of the way. Like I said, I will do my best to show off all 6 rotations, 1 hour in each, and kind of give an overall opinion of the rotations, but I don't know how long that's going to take. Maybe a month. I have no idea. It depends on how busy Star's End is going to be at regular times a day. If things start quieting down and I can get uninterrupted hours in other spots, then I can do this a lot faster. I have noticed that people at the late night sessions that I've been grinding have been a lot more respectful. Yeah, there's been a couple of people I've been at war with that will just come up and gank me, but the difference is they don't just keep coming back or tearing or whatever it is. They come, they do it a couple times. You know, if they can't kill me, they usually just leave. And if they can kill me, sometimes it just lasts a little bit, but then I'm like, yo, I'd let them know I'm just trying to grind, bro. Like, if you want, we can PvP, but, you know, if you want to grind, it's 3 a.m., there's other rotations available. And they listen, and they've gone off, and they've done another rotation, so it's been a lot more respectful. Hopefully that translates more into the regular times a day as time goes on, and lower geared players realize that, you know, duo grinding and trio grinding this spot is not worth their time. If they want to be efficient, it's better to go to like Arkman's History or what's relevant for their AP. And for just a bit more etiquette to evolve over time between the bigger guilds and the more geared players that are going to be there. Hopefully we won't just be jumping on top of each other's throats all the time, but you know, we are very limited in servers, so I don't know what's going to happen. That's my hopes. I'll do my best to take after that mold, but I'm not making any promises. I do baby rage a lot, so we'll see. If I've been ganking you these last couple of days, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm not really that sorry. Everyone's doing it. It's just kind of what happens at the beginning. But I am going to do my best to be a bit more respectful as time goes forward. Now, in terms of a couple of the things I have learnt in my very limited time in Star's End already, is don't waste your time killing off a couple of mobs that are left over from the pack if they're pretty healthy. Like if they're above 30-40% health, don't waste your time finishing them off. If they're low enough for you to be able to just one skill them, that's with a quick animation kind of skill, go ahead and kill them. But you're going to have a lot more money just ignoring the couple leftovers, go into the next pack. They're either going to follow you and finish them off there, or what's going to happen is they'll de-aggro and you'll just be killing the next pack anyway. So that's actually really increased my trash numbers. My first uninterrupted hour, which is around 2 AM, I pulled 4k trash, and I was going for the method of just killing everything in the pack. Don't do that. That's absolutely horrible. I was a bit better in my second hour, but I was still staying a bit too long for a couple of the mobs and killing them as well. But I did push it to around 4,300 trash in my second hour. And then in my third hour, which is the one that I'm showing in this recording, I pushed it all the way up to 4.6 thousand trash. And I've still, a couple of times looking back, there's a few times more than a few times, that I probably should have ignored one or two of the mobs and moved on to the next pack. I don't know if this is the best pulling technique for this rotation. Like I said, I have watched the other ninjas do it, I have watched other classes do it. Maybe if I tweak my rotation a little bit, it'd be better. But just comparing myself to the kind of numbers other ninjas are pulling. Now, I'm not necessarily in this rotation, but when I've watched other ninjas around my AP on the PC, the 286 to 288 AP, grind the rotation. The reason that's the bracket, well, that's the area I'm looking at, is because that's the bracket that I'm currently in for my AP. With the Kudum, they're all pulling around 5k trash. A couple of people have managed to pull 5.2 with this AP. How are people pulling 5.2 when I've watched a little bit of their videos? Their attack speed is absolutely out of this world, dude. Like their skill animations are so much faster than what we can get on console, and that's due to frame rate. So not only are their skills faster, they can rotate faster, they're doing much more DPS and more damage. So I don't think I'm ever going to be able to pull 5.2. Maybe I can get closer to 5k if I was to clean things up a little bit. But one other thing is, every single video from ninjas I've watched, they're all using Tep Blackstar. So that is, right now I'm using Pen Kazaka with no Kafra levels in it, because we don't have Kafras obviously, as of the recording of this video. And I'm pulling 4.6, they're pulling 5 with the, what's it called, with that weapon. I don't think if I got a Tep Blackstar, I'm going to jump from 4.6 to 5, maybe 4.7, 4.8. So I think I've still got a little bit of area to improve, 100 or 200 more trash if I can just clean up the way I pull the mobs. I'm pretty happy with my skill rotation. I've seen a lot of different ninjas use different skill rotations. Some of them really don't like using ankle cutter at all. I just like that skill. I think it's pretty good, but maybe I should test without using the ankle cutter as well, see how that goes. In terms of add-ons, I don't have an add-on thing here, but a couple of things I'm going to mention that I've changed around in my add-ons is I've put a 30 monster attack on Black Moonlight. I try to use that towards the beginning of the skills rotation. Not the very beginning, but like, you know, as I'm buffing up, I use it there. What else? Blade Spin. I've still got a 30% crit on Blade Spin, but I've also opted for a... I've also opted for 5% down attack damage. Now, you'll see me use Blade Spin. When there's a crystal pack, I'll only use Blade Spin after I've broken the crystal. So the Blade Spin does more damage, and then the Foxcore Beheading pretty much kills them after that. I've got back attack damage somewhere. I think it's on the Red Rain. I've also got a DP debuff on Red Rain. Since I am using Ankle Cutter, I will be putting Monster Attack on Ankle Cutter. I don't have it on right now. I think I've got some random skill on it at the minute. But the other skill that I've got in there is the Evasion debuff, which does help a little bit. I've got Attack Speed and Accuracy on my Malice. I can't remember the second add-on I had for Black Moonlight. I'll have to check that, but I will put an update out with my Stars End specific add-ons. Probably the next 1 hour grind session. Just keep an eye out for that. You'll see it there. I have been talking for a long time here, but hopefully I've given you some insight, some useful information, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. It's just me chilling and grinding. If you can learn something from it, that's awesome. And I hope I catch you guys in the next video.